George Orwell was born Eric Arthur Blair on June 25, 1903. He was born in Motihari, Bengal, India, which was a British province at the time, to mother Ida Neil Limousine and father Richard Walmsley Blair. He also had two sisters, Avril and Marjorie. Early on into his childhood, Orwell's mother decided to uproot the family and move back to England. Later on in his teenage years, he chose to attend Eton University, a prestigious college in England.
Dawn is breaking and a new day is born. The world is singing the song of the dawn. Birds are waking, hear them welcome the morn. They're sweetly singing.
Orwell's time in Burma inspired some of his earliest works, including the novel Burmese Days and the essays A Hanging and Shooting an Elephant.
Sing hallelujah, for the dark night is gone. The world is singing the song of the dawn.
Once in Paris, Orwell decided that he wanted to reinvent himself as a writer, but things didn't go according to the original plan. Instead, he just started working a bunch of odd jobs. Although he did do a ton of these odd jobs, they did inspire one of his memoirs entitled Down and Out in Paris and London. During the time of Orwell, Spain itself was experiencing a social and political unrest, due in part to the reign of the country's leader Francisco Franco, and was also in the middle of a civil war. Spain had practically called out to Orwell, who had a keen awareness of social injustice, and he became part of the Republican side of the war and a member of the Partido Obrero de Unificación Marxista, which translates into the Workers' Party of Marxist Unification. Obviously, it was close to Orwell's heart since most of his political beliefs were deeply rooted in socialist values.
They wore the black one after they died. It was Mockingbird Hill. Back from the buses, went up in flashes. Irish too, drenched in blood. Spanish bombs shattered the hotels.
Orwell's time in Spain inspired his memoir Homage to Catalonia, which was an autobiographical account of his participation in the Spanish Civil War. He believed Spain was starting to adopt Stalinistic socialist ideals, which he knew would undoubtedly end up turning into a full-blown totalitarian society, something he fully despised, and would also be the main topic of future works to come for Orwell.
The hillsides ring with "Free the People." Can I hear the echoes from days of 39? Trenches full of poets, a ragged army, fixing bayonets to fight the other line. Spanish bombs rock the province. I'm hearing music from another time. Spanish bombs Costa Brava. I'm flying in on a DC-10 tonight. Spanish bombs, yo te quiero y bonito. Yo te quiero, oh my corazón. Spanish bombs, yo te quiero y bonito. Yo te quiero, oh my corazón. Oh my corazón. Oh my corazón. Spanish songs in Andalusia. Mandolina.
After some time, Orwell was inspired to write the critically acclaimed Animal Farm, which was a satirical outlook on the Stalinistic regime's abuse of Marxist values and its totalitarian society. In this novel, the animals decide to rebel against the humans. The intentions of the animals were pure in the beginning, to make a society free of human rule, but the pigs, who were the self-proclaimed leaders of the Animal Farm, became power-hungry, turning the farm into a police state, a far cry from which was first envisioned by the animals.
Land of the free, free to the power of the people in uniform. Keep marching on, you just can't see. Cities in the boot camps, in March war. If he comes back, then we get nothing more. war. Struggle for land, for country, for freedom. All you my people, if someone didn't need them.
Orwell's 1984 was inspired by his distaste in leaders such as Stalin and Hitler. It is a tale of a dystopian society set in the near future. The novel has been described by most critics as one of the most powerful warnings ever issued against the dangers of a totalitarian society. This idea came to Orwell after seeing the disasters caused by absolute political authority in countries like Spain, Germany, and the Soviet Union. The idea of a dystopian society, portrayed in the novel, is characterized as the exact opposite of its utopian counterpart, being an imaginary place where everything is as bad as it can be. The novel coined the terms Big Brother is watching you, Newspeak, and Doublethink, all of which are still in use today.
Live your life, day by day, doing everything that they say. Black comedy. Promote freedom, let it be heard. Don't forget that it's only a word. Black comedy. Wake you gotta wake up.
1, 2, 3, go, I've got an ego, it won't let me go, what am I gonna do? A, B, C, D, paranoia's killing me, I'm dying on me aching feet, what a way to go. Roll up, people always stroll up, so why don't you grow up? No thank you. Big cats, small cats, some cats are fat cats, those cats are bad cats, what we gonna do? There's an awful lot of people in the world today. There's an awful lot of trouble on the streets these days, and it doesn't seem to matter what you do or say. If a change is gonna happen, gotta help it on its way. A change has gotta come before too long, I know. The peace has gotta...
Shortly after the publication of 1984 in January 1950. Although Orwell is gone, his political views and controversial literary works are still celebrated and criticized in the modern world, and have caused readers to question the world around them. His staying power is seen in his work, and the relevance that it still has to this day.
I bet you wish you did, and I know I do. Why have you got secrets? Cause I know you have. If you've got something to hide, then it must be bad. A change has gotta come before too long, I know. Peace has gotta come, and I could be wrong, I know. But I just don't know what I can do.